Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first Vine2Wine To Go. There has been a bunch of excitement leading up to this event, so let's kick it off with an official welcome from two of the most amazing people in the Santa Clarita Valley, the Executive Director of Circle of Hope, Laura Kirchhoff, and the Circle of Hope Chairman of the Board, Alex Hafizi.
Thank you for joining Alex and myself tonight at Vine2Wine To Go. These last 10 weeks have been crazy as Alex, myself, and the entire Circle of Hope board and staff have learned how to navigate the unknown. Our lives have been interrupted and somewhat put on hold, but cancer doesn't get put on hold, which is why we are so thankful for you and your support here this evening. Much of this evening will be interactive. You will learn about the food, the wine, but most importantly, we are here to raise some very important funds. So let's get started with something interactive. Here's how it works. There's a little button on the bottom of your screen, a Zoom button, that allows you to give the thumbs up. And you can find that button right about there. Click on it if you or a family member or a loved one have ever received a cancer diagnosis. Click your button now. Wow, I see those thumbs up coming in. This is amazing to see how so many lives in this community have been touched in one way or the other by cancer. You and your loved ones are the reason that Circle of Hope exists. We exist to provide financial assistance for medical treatments to individuals with cancer. We believe that no one should ever have to go through cancer alone, and we believe everyone should have a hand to hold during this very important fight.
Speaking of having a hand to hold, grab a loved one, assuming that you're not social distancing with them right now, and let's make a toast. Raise your glass as we say thank you for your continued support of Circle of Hope. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that is delicious. We have a great program for you this evening, and Alex and I are going to check in with you later. But for now, it is my pleasure to introduce Melanie Meyer, the newest member of our Circle of Hope board and your MC for the evening.
I am so glad that Laura introduced you to that thumbs up feature on Zoom. I'm going to ask you to participate again by giving a thumbs up to all of our sponsors this evening. You can find a list of the sponsors in your program. Now, if you are really Zoom savvy, there's also a chat feature. And so if you know what that is, why don't you give a personal thank you to our presenting sponsor, which is Logix Federal Credit Union. Logix Federal Credit Union donated all of the wine glasses and the bags that you've received this evening. Now, I hope that you have settled in, you are enjoying some delicious food, and you are savoring some fantastic wine and beer. Throughout the evening, I will be introducing the restaurants, the wineries, the breweries, and there's going to be a Q&A with Santa Clarita's very own Eve Bushman. We will also be providing you with some entertainment from Alicia Humphreys and Steve Dole, and we'll be closing out the evening with the sounds from Lance Allen. We hope that you take time throughout the evening to bid on our online auction items, because frankly, cancer doesn't get put on hold during a pandemic. Cancer doesn't stop. It doesn't ever stop. And our work at Circle of Hope doesn't ever stop either. So let's fill up that wine glass. Let's get the evening started with the song Lean on Me, because frankly, we are all in this together.
Hey there, thank you so much, Melanie. Steve and I are so excited to be here and to be a part of this event, and we're so grateful to each and every one of you for coming to this virtual event and for being a part of such a great cause. So we're gonna sing a few songs for you. We hope you love them. We're gonna start with this one. Let's try this one. Sometimes in our life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just come on, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just come on, me brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. Well, I'll share your load if you just call me, call me. If you need a friend, call me. If you need a friend, yeah, call me now. When you need a friend, oh, call me now. When you need a friend.
Great song by Bill Withers, and we learned it just for this event, and sadly he just passed away less than a couple months ago, but we are glad to get this one in there, and looking forward to doing another one for you. Anyway, back to you.
Lean on Me. What a great song. Thank you, Steve and Alicia. An event like this would not have happened if it weren't for the generous donations of wine from many individuals and wineries. Right now, I am enjoying a lovely glass of Chardonnay from our local Two Papas Wines, and some of you are likely enjoying another delicious Chardonnay from Bolt to Wines. Now, I want to take just a brief moment to remind the VIP ticket holders that I will be drawing the name of the raffle winner a little later this evening. The winner of the raffle will be taking home a magnum bottle of a 2017 Dusty Neighbor Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, this is an exquisite bottle of wine, and this video will tell you more.
Dusty Neighbor Wines is located in Westlake Village, California. We source all of our fruit from mostly Santa Barbara County and Paso Robles. We've been around since 2015. Currently, we have about 14 wines across 3 brands. There's the Dusty Neighbor brand. We have Bolt 2 Wines, which is my partner Karin's brand, under the same winery. And we have another brand called NSO by Dusty Neighbor, which stands for No Special Occasion. This is our value brand, our everyday drinking brand. And across those 3 brands, we have about 14 different wines, mostly centered around Cabernet Sauvignon. That's our flagship wine. But we also do rosé. We do 2 different rosés, 3 different rosés, Grenache, Pinot Noir, and Cabernet Sauvignon. And then we do a lot of Rhone varietals too. Viognier, Roussanne, Grenache Blanc, Syrah, and Grenache.
Hey everyone, Taylor Kellstrom, co-chair Vine2Wine To Go. I just want to thank our staff, our board members, and our volunteers at Circle of Hope for bringing tonight's evening to you all. Without them, none of this would be possible, and they've worked tirelessly in under 30 days to bring this event to life. And that's what Circle of Hope is all about. We're here to work hard and help people going through cancer. And because of you guys, our viewers and our attendees, that is why we're able to help as many people as we are, because of your love and your support of Circle of Hope. And I just want to thank you guys for attending, and I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you again for all your support of Circle of Hope.
Thank you, Taylor. Okay, it's time for audience participation again. Click on that thumbs up button if you are enjoying either the free-range Mary's Chicken or the Petite Filet Mignon from Old Town Junction. Let's check them out.
It's been a long journey. This is a passion project. We're already there. We're at the end of the race. We're ready to open the doors for the community. I think as a chef for 23 years, that's always been a project, is to open your own restaurant. You work for a lot of great names and great people, but it's always nice to have your own. What makes Junction unique is it's food forward. I have a big culinary staff. Everyone's excited about the food. Everyone in the back of the house is culinarians. We are a scratch kitchen. We try to do as much as we can. Baking, cooking, fabrication, and it's community driven. We want people to have something unique where they can come here, have a great meal, it's consistent, and then also feel like it's their second home.
Junction is just refined American cuisine. We're very food driven, powerhouse kitchen. Chef Daniel Otto, our executive chef and owner, Clayton Reiser is our chef de cuisine, and Adam Bocal is our sous chef. So trying to just match up and hit on all cylinders with our bar program. We have a very great wine list as well, predominantly California wines. So just trying to complement that very talented back of the house kitchen team. We're gonna have 12 craft cocktails on the menu, and to kind of coincide with the kitchen's model, we're gonna be changing seasonally and coming up with certain drink specials. We have a lot of play on some old favorites. Like your Old Town Fashioned, we have this play on an old fashioned. Some minor tweaks to it, sophisticated hound, which I made you here. We're getting fresh juices, and I get a lot of assistance from the kitchen. Infused simple syrups, fresh juice, like I said, and also adding some culinary delights to our drinks. On our Old Town Fashion, we put a little piece of house-made beef jerky on the side to just accompany the drink.
I'm a family man. I have 3 beautiful kids, a beautiful wife of 20 years. I've just really pushed myself out in the community. I love our community. I try to do as many things as we can. I support our Carousel Ranch, Heart of the West. I support Feed SCV and a lot of other communities and charities for our community. So I'm rooted in, and I love this area.
Reviving the spirit of hospitality. That's our vision from the get-go, so just trying to hit that out of the park and do the best we can for our community.
Come say hi, I'm Chef Daniel, and come in and enjoy a great meal, and I'd love to come out and say hello and start another relationship.
During that video, I took a glance at the auction site, and oh my goodness, there are some amazing items to be bid upon. One of the most amazing items is a bottle of 2014 Gallanita. Now, for those of you in the know, this is a true cult collectible wine. Now, I'm going to give you a few minutes to refill your glass, check out that auction site, where you can not only make a direct donation to Circle of Hope, but you can bid on that bottle of Gallanita, and you can bid on a number of other auction items. The easiest way, I think, for you to get to the auction site is to go to your program and find the QR code. Take your phone and hover over that QR code with your camera. When you hover over the code, it will take you directly to the auction site where you can bid on that Gallonita. Time is a wasting. Get your bid in.
All right, you guys ready for another song? 2 a.m. and she calls me 'cause I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. Yeah, we walked through the door so accusing, their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason. 'Cause you can't jump the track, we're like cars on a cable. Life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl. So cradle your head in your hands and breathe, just breathe. Oh, breathe, just breathe. May 10/21 on the base at Fort Bliss just today. He sat down to a flask in his fist, deep and sober since maybe October of last year. Here in town you can tell he's been down for a while, but my God, it's so beautiful when the boy smiles. Wanna hold him, maybe I'll just sing about it. 'Cause you can't jump the track, we're like cars on a cable. Life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, boy. So cradle your head in your hand and breathe, just breathe. Oh, there's a light at each end of this tunnel. You shout, 'cause you're just as far in as you'll ever be out. These mistakes you make them again if you'd only try turning around. 2 a.m. and I'm still awake, writing a song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. And I feel like I'm naked in front of the crowd, and these words on my diary screaming out loud. And I know that you'll use them however you want to. 'Cause you can't jump the track, we're like cars on a cable. Life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, no. Sing it if you understand. And breathe, just breathe. Oh, breathe, just breathe. Oh,
I'm back. Let's find that thumbs up button again and say thank you to Alicia and Steve for the fantastic music. There's more great music to come, but for now, let's thank them. Now, when they were playing, I saw that there was some auction activity going on during that song, and I noticed that there seems to be a theme with some of the auction items. It's either about wine or beer or other types of spirits, or it's about taking care of yourself and those you love, and that's important. I know, because I'm a cancer survivor. I finished my chemo and radiation treatments almost exactly 1 year ago. I can't imagine having to go through cancer treatments during a pandemic. It was scary enough 1 year ago, and it would be terrifying now. It's why the work that Circle of Hope does is so very important. Circle of Hope not only provides financial assistance for medical treatments, they provide education, and sometimes most importantly, what they provide is emotional support. Please take a moment to go to that auction site and do 2 things. First, make a donation. Make a direct donation to Circle of Hope. And 2, bid up those auction items. Remember, it's not about what kind of deal you can get in those auction items. It's about raising money for this fantastic organization.
Hey guys, it's Greg Amsler, owner of the Salt Creek Grille. First of all, I want to thank Circle of Hope for inviting us to be a part of this fantastic project they have here, and hopefully we can raise a lot of money for everybody. As you can see, what we've been doing since the shutdown is a lot of maintenance, repairs, and improvements. And we've been doing a lot of painting, a lot of refreshing, new bathrooms, partial new bathrooms. And the thing I'm excited about is in our private dining room, we have a living wall, and we'll get a picture of that to you guys. And we hope to be open real soon here. I was hoping to be open by now, but obviously we're not. So we'll hang in there. We look forward to seeing all you guys back sooner, hopefully, than later. And I want to thank everybody for the support that you've been giving us for the past, almost 2 months, I guess, or over 2 months. So thank you very much. It helps. It helps us. It helps the staff. We're able to keep people employed, able to keep serving food, and that's what we do, and that's what we want to do. So enjoy yourselves tonight. Have fun, and we'll see you soon.
Oh my goodness! Look at this! Look at this Circle of Hope face mask. Janine Jones spent hours upon hours making a Circle of Hope face mask for every single one of you, and they are in your baskets tonight. Thank you, Janine. Let's give her another thumbs up. Now, our second featured restaurant for the evening has been a fixture in the Santa Clarita Valley for more than 20 years. If you are enjoying the Cajun chicken pasta or the meatloaf from Salt Creek Grille, click on that thumbs up button again. Okay, so is anybody ready for a refill? I certainly am. And I am moving to a blend from Mystic Hills Vineyard. Some of you may have wine from the Double Trouble Wine Tasting Room on Main Street in downtown Newhall. If you haven't been there, you should definitely visit. Others of you may have received a Tempranillo from Cavaletti Vineyards, so let's check all 3 videos out.
Good afternoon, my name is Patrick Kelly. I am the owner and grower for Cavaletti Vineyards. Today we're pouring a rosé of Tempranillo, 91% Tempranillo, 6% Grenache, 3% Syrah. We're pouring a Grenache from Los Angeles County, single vineyard from Northern LA County, and pouring single vineyard Syrah from Ventura County. So we're very focused on European style wines, very balanced, good natural acidity. They're all aged in neutral oak with the exception of the rosé, which is aged in stainless. Very crisp, very clear wines, very food friendly. All our wines are available via the website to our mailing list. So if you're interested, sign up for the mailing list.
Oh my God. I just checked out the auction site and there are some bidding wars going on. And I know this because I have my phone and I've been notifications that I have been outbid in a number of items. So good job keeping that bidding up, and we're here to raise money. Now I think the Galanita is getting bid again too. I got bid on that, outbid on that as well. Just a second. I just got a text from, and she said that we have received some amazing direct donations. So thank you everyone for your generosity. Now, regarding those direct donations, I want to remind you that if you work for an organization that matches your charitable donations, please, please, please submit that request. Just think of this, a $250 gift or donation can turn into a $500 gift, or a $1,000 donation can turn into a $2,000 donation, and a $5,000 donation could turn into a $10,000 donation. I could just keep going, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Now, that said, let's keep this bidding excitement going. We're going to cut to the Wolf Creek restaurant video. And I am going to be paying attention to that auction site so that I can see more of those direct donations and some more bidding action. And by the way, there is a Wolf Creek gift certificate in one of the auction baskets. You better go check it out.
Creek Restaurant and Brewing Company. We're looking forward to this event, and I want to bring you into the kitchen right now and show you what we're going to be offering you as one of the three choices. Come on in. Oh, look at this. We got some chicken piccata working. Gonna be breaded chicken, mashed potatoes covered with a lemon caper sauce and some sauteed mushrooms. This is just the beginning of it. So, oh, and then there's broccoli added, mashed potatoes, and then the final breaded chicken breast, chicken piccata. Awesome. All right. So on your night of the event, you guys will be served on the patio, and this is one of the three options that you'll have. But I want to show you that on any other given night beyond the event, there's multiple ways to get our good food. Come on out. We have a brand new backside pickup, so you're able to get your to-go food right here in your car. You order online, drive up with the driver's side window here at the door. We'll go over the ticket with you, hand you the food, and you're off to eat. We look forward to serving you here at Wolf Creek Restaurant. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Does anybody need to stretch after eating all of that delicious food? I certainly do. Now we are going to do the raffle drawing next, but before we do, audience participation time. So stand up. Come on, stand up. Put your arms in the air. Woo, stretch to the right. And then stretch to the left. Now maybe roll your shoulders a little bit. Take a deep breath. Oh, I feel so much better. It's really good. I have stretchy clothes at night. Okay, so let's raffle off this delicious bottle of Dusty Neighbor wines. Here's the basket with all of the names of the VIP ticket holders. I'm mixing them up, and this person, who is this? John Egan. John Egan, congratulations. You are the new owner of this beautiful bottle of Dusty Neighbor wines. Now, we will be getting in touch with you so that you can pick this up, or we will deliver it to you. But just so you know, John, I would really like to share in just maybe one small glass of that wine with you. That would be fantastic. Now, I am thinking it's time for another refill. And this time I am looking to enjoy a Malbec from Artisan Uprising. We have a few other varietals that have been made available to you this evening. One of them's from Parhelion Cellars, as well as Le Chêne, Byron Blatty Wines, and Pucella. Let's check out their videos. Did anyone else notice that you have a can of beer in your bag this evening? Anheuser-Busch graciously donated 1 can of beer to everyone in attendance this evening. Now, between the wine and the beer, I think it's a really good idea that this is a virtual event and we are all sheltering at home in place tonight. Now, if you are like me and you are on your second glass of wine, or actually your third glass of wine, this is the perfect time to be introduced to Santa Clarita's own Eve Bushman. Eve is the owner of Eve's Wine 101, and she's here to provide some wine tips, some wine education, and some answers to questions that you may have. You can go ahead and submit your questions via the chat feature, and we will do our best to get those questions to Eve. Here you go, Eve. It's all yours.
Okay, I've unmuted myself. Can people hear me? Give me a thumbs up or a wave. Okay, cool. All right. So you're all muted because there's like 90 of you. I have 20 minutes with you, so you can ask questions in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. But for those of you that don't know who I am, I have my little cheat sheet here. My name is Eve Bushman. I've been the wine and spirits writer for SCB Elite Magazine out here locally for over 10 years. I've been creating events and co-hosting events for 10 years. I have a WSET, a Wine Spirits Education Trust certification, a level 2. I have a Sake certification, level 1. I have an American Wine Specialist certification. I have a video called Wine Immersion on YouTube that has over 16,000 views. It's for wine beginners, wine 101ers. I've served as a wine judge 3 times. Doesn't mean I know much, so, but I'm here for you if you have any questions tonight. Hi. Okay, what's the best way to hold a wine glass? Okay, this is from Alex Hafizi, and he should already know how to hold a wine glass. I talked about this with him many a time, but you know, those Hafizis, they're very hard to reach. So anyway, so this is my Logic's wine glass. I can't see myself. I'm calling my husband. I want to see myself, but the Logic wine glass we got tonight is a beautiful Bordeaux wine glass for tasting your Bordeaux wines, your Cab wines, a basic wine glass for everybody. As far as holding this wine glass, if you can see me, you want to hold your wine glass by the stem. Basically, if you put your wine glass here, it looks like you don't know anything. All you're doing is putting fingerprints on your wine glass, and you're also warming up a wine that doesn't need to be warmed up. The only time you're going to see someone doing this is because they were served a white wine that was over chilled. And if it's so chilled that I can't smell anything and I can't taste anything, then I'm going to warm up that glass. Every 99% of the time, my hand is on the stem. So when you're watching a movie or watching TV and you see somebody holding the wine glass like this, and they're supposed to be some freaking millionaire, they don't know what they're doing. So that's the story on the wine glass. Ha, ha, ha. Well, okay, what do the lines on the cup mean? I don't even know what that means myself. I can tell you that one of the tricks that winemakers do or wineries do is the bottom part of a printing on a wine glass is usually their pour line. So just for it's a cheat for them as they want to stop pouring there. But basically, just to answer my own question, if you want to pour wine into a wine glass property, you pour it to the widest part of the wine glass. And that way you're going to get the best aromas when you go to smell it. You don't want to pour it too high. Okay, let me see here. If you don't like acidic wines, how do you order it? Do you say full body? Oh, that's an interesting question. Acidic wines, my husband and I both don't care for acidic wines. Most of the time, you don't want to order a Sauvignon Blanc. Oh, is that Taylor? Hi. You don't want a Sauvignon Blanc. It's highly acidic, and it will. I can maybe have 1 glass of an acidic wine. So stay away from Sauvignon Blanc. Some Chardonnays that are unoaked, stay away from unoaked Chardonnays. Full-bodied is a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother term. But basically, on the acidic part, no Sauvignon Blancs, and make sure your Chardonnay's oaked. Out of all the wine donated, which ones are your favorites? Okay, you know what? I don't like that question because this is my list of all the wonderful winemakers that donated wine to us tonight. They're all my favorites. They did have one tonight I never had heard of before that I will look for. Somebody donated Cannonball. I don't know. That's just something interesting. But they're all wonderful. All these guys gave us their wine for free, so they're all my favorites. What's
the best drinking temp?
Oh, the best drinking temperature for red wine? My husband's asking me the question. He's reading it here. I want to say it's like 57 or something. Steve Elzer, my expert, is online tonight. I want to say 57. It's not chilled like it's from your refrigerator. If that's too cold, but most of the rule of thumb is supposed to be room temperature. But you know, here in Santa Clarita, room temperature is 80. So no, obviously you're not going to drink it at room temperature. So when it's hot outside, my wine in my glass is going to be colder than obviously the temperature outside. So most of your chillers that you have are set at a certain temperature, but I can't tell you off the top of my head. It's somewhere between 50 and 60 something degrees. Too cold. It's too cold in the fridge. Too cold in the basic fridge. In what order should you drink or offer reds at a dinner party? That's from Kelly. I would say, depending on what you're serving, we go from the light reds to the heavier reds, standard. So you're going to start with Pinot Noirs and Grenache. And you can tell by even looking at the wine glass, this is not a Pinot or a Grenache. We can ask my friend Double E, who's on here tonight. Most Pinots and Grenache are lighter color, lighter wine. It's pretty basic, right? So when you start with your reds at night, you're going to start with your lighter colored wines to start your evening off. If that's what you're doing, you're doing reds at a dinner party. Yeah, we all love the donated wines. Oh, legs. This is a term. Oh, that wine has nice legs. And you turn your glass. You guys can all do it with me. Turn your glass to one side. You can roll it if you want, but just turn to one side and then bring it back. And then if you see lines coming down, that's what they're talking about with legs. And people say, oh, nice legs. This wine has really great legs. Well, it turns out that term doesn't really mean anything. It just means there's a lot of alcohol in the wine, and that's what creates the legs. It's just an observation. It's just something to say. Okay, someone asked me about ZZ Top. Okay, so that's the same question about legs. Okay, Alex, stop asking questions. Okay, how do you pair food with wine? I think Jeff and Joan Jacobson are on here somewhere, but they are my wine mentors from the very first Vine2Wine, when it was the classic, and then it was Vine2Wine. And Jeff got me to bid on a book in your auction, in the Vine2Wine auction, of how to pair wine and food with everything. The book is like this thick. So it's a big question. You can email me, Eve at evewine101.com if you really want a very specific, but basically most people are like, oh, okay, fish and chicken goes with white wine, and the meats go with red wines. It's slightly more complicated than that. If you're a red wine lover, but you also like fish and chicken, just douse that fish and chicken in like a darker sauce, in a barbecue sauce. It'll be fine with a red wine. It's not that complicated. So there's a lot of pairings out there. One of the basic rules that I learned in my studies is you pair like with like. So if you're having an apple pie for dessert, you might want to have that with a Sauterne or another dessert wine. Personally, I don't like sweet and sweet together. So I will pair, my favorite pairing is food pairing that you can take home with you is Sauterne or sweet wine. Think about a very sweet wine that may not be your thing, and have it with a big old hunk of blue cheese, which may not be your thing either. But an idea of food pairing, okay, I see that guy laughing. The idea of food pairing is when you put those two things together, that it changes in your mouth. And my big aha moment was like, oh, this wine is so sweet and this cheese is, sharp, but together you get this, of course the sweetness is dissipated, right? But you get this nutty quality comes out in the wine and the cheese. You don't know what it is. I went to a pairing. I must have had like a pound of the blue cheese. So that's one to try at home. Happy birthday to somebody else. Somebody loves me. Yeah, stop. No more from Alex. Did somebody ask me about absinthe?
Marley wanted to know what your favorite Pinot is.
Yeah, Double E wants to know what my favorite Pinot is. That would be whichever one Steve Elzer brings over, or other Burgundy fans. It's kind of an inside joke. I'm not a huge Pinot Noir fan. It's a light red wine, but I tend to, the Burgundian version of it is. So the area of Burgundy, France makes Pinot Noir, but it's the grape there is called Burgundy. Here, our Pinot Noir grape, which is the same grape, we can't call it Burgundy because they own the name. We can only call it Pinot Noir. But the reason I like the Burgundian Pinot better is because their vineyards are how many years old? Way old compared to our vineyards. So I feel like I get more terroir. Is that Judy Penman? Hi, Judy. That's cool. Okay. What's the best way to store corked wine from Arnold? The best way to store corked wine would be to store it into your garbage disposal, because you don't want any corked wine.
I think that's
Is that what he really means?
Wines with a cork.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he knows the answer to this one too. So, Eddie, you better have me time. I'm supposed to talk for 20 minutes. Wines with a cork. A cork is a natural thing, just like your wine is living and breathing, so is your cork, expanding, whatever. So you want to turn your wine bottle that has a cork on its side to keep your cork wet. There's nothing harder to do than trying to pull a cork out of a bottle of wine that's been standing up for a while, because it's so dry and it's so hard to pull out, and you're probably going to end up breaking it. However, if you have a wine, certainly a sake, if you have a sake with the screw cap, which most of them have, those wines are made fresh and meant to drink fresh. And if you were to store that on its side, it would actually, from my sake som, he's told me that actually will kind of mess up that closure, that screw cap closure. So the metal will not be good for your sake. So sake upright, wine down, right? You got that? I see people laughing.
Best wine with salmon.
Oh, Stephanie wants the best wine with salmon. That's a pretty standard pairing that people like Pinot Noir with salmon. I think like you guys are trying to suck me into the Pinot Noir thing, but again, you can picture the color of something. White wine with white food, salmon with a lighter color, red wine, and of course your big giant steaks with a big giant cab. That's the tannin in the wine can break down the fat in the steak. So you go ahead, Stephanie, enjoy that Pinot with that salmon.
Chard.
Yeah, my husband said you can have chard with it, but you know. Some wineries chill their reds. Wait, hold, you're going too fast. Charles wants to know, some wineries chill their reds, and I like this, it's becoming more popular. Some reds, like a Nouveau Beaujolais and some of the lighter reds are okay to have chilled. And often here in my home during the summer months, I'll drink white wine if I'm sitting outside, but when I'm in my house, I want my red wine. Normally I would take my red wine from my chiller and I would set it up for an hour or two before dinner. But right now, when it's really hot outside, I take it from my chiller and that's what I wanted. But keep in mind that the colder your wine is, it's harder to get aromas and flavors from it. So it may be preferential to you to taste it that way, and it is for me, but I'm not gonna get the same smells and the same flavors. And in fact, with this wine that I poured probably half an hour ago that I've added a little bit to, it's smelling and tasting different than it did an hour or so ago because it's breathing more. See, she's nodding, she gets it. Is there a good all-purpose wine for any occasion, Laura and Gabe? Yeah, sparkling. If you read Madame Clicquot's book about her Clicquot champagne goes with everything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, gets you in the celebratory mood when somebody starts a party. I mean, I've seen in my pairing book, almost everything goes with champagne. Probably because nobody just turns it down. They just want to drink it. How do you store? How do you store a screw top wine on upright?
No.
How do you store a screw top wine upright?
Drink it today.
Oh, my husband says drink it right now. Emmanuel and Clara, drink it now. Is there a good all-purpose wine for any occasion, Laura and Gabe? Well, I don't know if you like red or white. I mean, I would still probably stick to something sparkling if I just want to have one wine, because everyone has different tastes. Oh, Charles that's a disguise. What's the best food to have with Pinot Grigio? You know what? Pinot Grigio is like, I'll tell you, in the baseline of white wines, Pinot Grigio is probably the easiest one to drink. It's not as acidic. It's got very, very fresh fruit, but it's an Italian wine, certainly if you're getting it from Italy. And if you've ever been to Italy, the wine that you have there is meant to pair with the food that you have there. So when we're in Italy and we sit down at a restaurant and they bring me the menu, I say, well, you tell me what's your local wine. You order the local wine in any country, in any place. In the United States, everybody in the United States makes their own wine. But as far as Pinot Grigio, to answer the question correctly, I would probably think seafood, something light, not with something too much fruit in it. Cold seafood salad, lobster might be okay with that. I wouldn't have anything too heavy. If your Pinot Grigio has a little acidity to it, and those of you who are talking about acidic wines, those wines work really well with pasta with a creamy sauce that cuts right through all that cream and it doesn't torture you too much with too much cream. How important is it to use the correct glass for the varietal, Melanie wants to know. So she knows I have a bunch of stuff behind me, which I'm not going to need, but I have different glasses. When one of my friends who's online right now tonight comes over, we use these special glasses. My husband doesn't even get these, right, Steve? This is a Somm glass. And compared to our Logix glass, you can see the difference. So what happens with this glass is for a Somm, for someone that rates and judges wine, this gives me a really big nose and I really get a chance to get all the aromas out of it. But this is your standard Cab and Bordeaux glass. And then for those freaking Pinot fans, this is your Pinot glass. So it has a wider bowl. This is for Pinot Noirs, Burgundy, Chardonnay, Chablis. This glass has a wider bowl because, if I'm right, those wines are more delicate, okay? So I can get the aroma a little bit better from this glass. My husband's favorite glass.
How do you sneak wine into a movie theater?
Is somebody asking that question?
Yeah.
How do you sneak wine in a movie theater? This is what's this thing called? Pirate something? And we use this on cruise ships. And we make martinis with this. So they're laughing. Yeah, this is really good. I've got several shapes of these things and you can hide it in your luggage. I don't sneak wine in movie theaters. Honestly, I'm hoping the drive-ins really do come back because we always brought a bottle of wine or two and pizza and it was a fun night. Okay, ha, ha, ha. Favorite Viognier? Actually, I like the Viognier from Pacella, who's one of our wineries tonight. I've known the winemakers for about 10 years and they're doing a better job year after year. It gets better and better. And they make a very nice Viognier out of Paso. And if you guys that like Pinot Grigio, I would suggest moving over to Viognier. I think it's a little bit better. I like Pinot. Are you judging me? Yeah, forget it. You'll go talk to someone else that likes Pinot. Why would you have wine left over? Yeah, oh, here we go. If you have any wine left over at the end of the night, how long will it last after you open it? From Alex and Arnold. So Alex and Arnold haven't learned anything in the 10 years of knowing me. And Nola, I think, asked the same question. Was leftover wine, a red wine or white wine? I have this. This is, there's a word for it. I just call it an air sucker outer thing. So you take your cork is gone, you put this in your bottle, you put this on top, and you're suctioning out the air of it, okay? So whatever's left isn't so much exposed to the air. Whether it's a white wine or a red wine, once you do that, it really should go in your fridge, because again, the wine is living and breathing and dying. So do that. And after you've had the half a bottle, whatever you've done, you want to finish the other half the next night. It's not meant to go in your fridge for a week. It will definitely change and not taste so good. And then one other tip on storing wine after you've opened it is, if you have a bottle of red wine and it doesn't taste quite good, it's too tart. If you leave that overnight and don't put anything in it, it's like spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, I've had it too much to drink.
Those people need to be muted. Thanks for joining us, but you must mute yourselves. Yeah, there you go. Bye, Edmund. All right, let's see what else. I might be hitting my 20
2-minute warning.
Oh, I have 2 minutes left for you people. My email is eve@evewine101.com. I love taking questions. My website's evewine101. I have cocktails behind me if anybody has a cocktail question, because I have a certification in spirits too.
Okay. Last question from Charles. Can you recommend a good wine from the 99-cent store?
A good wine from the 99-cent store. No, Charles, I recommend you stop messaging me.
No, go to
Well, yeah, you
Trader
can get Trader Joe's. I take people to Trader Joe's and help them pick out wine. But and I can get you a bottle of wine and good at Trader Joe's in the $5 or $10 range. But it's not as good as the wines we have tonight. I love you too. Obviously, Charles has had enough. Wine in a box. There's one called the Cube at Target that got very good recommendations. The white wine and also the black box wine that they had it. We've had it around for a while. And I even heard once that 2 Buck Chuck, which isn't in a box, but 2 Buck Chuck passed some judges. They didn't realize it was not that great. They thought it was fabulous. So, oh, my favorite bourbon right now, Hillary, is Booker. What's in there, Eddie? You go find it. They're going to cut me off. Hey, Steve. You guys are finally scrolling past me. Oh, Bibb and Tucker. Bibb and Tucker, you can get it at Total Wine. I buy my everyday bourbon is the other one, Woodinville, right? This is Bibb and Tucker. This is my sipping bourbon, and the Woodinville Louise from 8th and Rail turned me on to, and that's made in Washington. If you guys know your bourbons, they're supposed to only come from Kentucky, right? But that one comes from Washington. It's a really nice sipping bourbon. But I do a lot of cocktails. In fact, my husband has a cocktail in front of him right now. So I thank you. You're wonderful. My time might be up.
Time's up.
My time's up. I would take more time, but we have to go back to the regularly scheduled programming, and that's it. So give me thumbs up or something like that, whatever these reaction things are. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't work on the Zoom.
Thank you, Eve. I want to take a minute and just personally thank both Taylor Kallstrom and Eve Bushman. They are the 2 co-chairs for tonight's event. Eve and Taylor, thank you for your leadership, your encouragement, and your optimism during the planning process of this event. Who knew? Who knew that we would be able to put together a wine to I said that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, let's try that again. Who knew that we would be able to put together a Vine2Wine To Go event, that's better, in less than 30 days? That is really hard to say after 3 glasses of wine. Now, in all seriousness, this event could not have happened without Taylor and Eve's leadership. So let's give them a thumbs up to both of them. I realize we are nearing the end of the evening, but please stick with us for just a few more moments. We have some more entertainment, and frankly, your support is vital to this organization. I'm going to turn this back over to Steve and Alicia. They wrote a song specifically for Circle of Hope, and they are going to perform it for you now. After they have finished, Our evening will continue with the music of Lance Allen. Their performances, both of them, will be a perfect time for you to do two things. Scan that QR code and go directly to the auction site and make a direct donation to Circle of Hope. And two, keep bidding up those auction items. The auction site will be open and live until May 31st. You, the people of Santa Clarita, have demonstrated your generosity over and over again. Please consider donating to this fantastic organization. Circle of Hope will be able then to keep helping individuals in our community that have been diagnosed with cancer. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It has been my absolute pleasure to serve as your MC. So Steve and Alicia, it's all yours. Good night.
Thanks again, Melanie, and thanks to all of you for letting us be a part of this really special evening. Circle of Hope holds a very dear place in both of our hearts, and so we have this for you. A journey you live, you did not choose, one you cannot, no you can lose. Your life is in another's hand, and this is where your circle bends. It takes a circle of friends and a family with hope. It takes a village, we know. You've got a circle, a circle, a circle of hope. Life's not the same, but you're not alone. Believe and hold dear in the circle you belong. Compassion is near, we'll be there for you. A hand you can hold, and I hope you can feel. It takes a circle of friends and a family with hope. It takes a village, we know. It got a circle, a circle, a circle of hope. You are strong, you're stronger than you know. You belong in the circle of hope. You are strong, you're stronger than you know. You belong in our circle of hope. Takes a circle of friends and a family with hope. It takes a village, we know. You've got a circle, a circle. It takes a circle of friends and a family with hope. It takes a village, we know. You've got a circle, a circle, a circle of hope.
Thank you, everybody, for letting us be a part of this. We're proud to be here, and there's more to come. So back to you.
Well, thank you, Alicia and Steve, and thank you to Circle of Hope for having me play tonight. This is my 6th year in a row performing at Vine2Wine, and it's an event that I look forward to every year. I'm going to play a little bit now while you finish up your meals and enjoy your wine, and feel free to sing along with me. Well, I had a great time this evening, and I hope you all did too. It's truly an honor to play for you guys each and every year. I want to thank you all for sticking around and for supporting such an amazing organization. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, weekend, and 2020. I'm Lance Allen, and I look forward to playing for you in person next year. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Lance. All right, one last thumbs up. This time, the thumbs up is for you. Thank you, all of the attendees tonight, for your unwavering support of this fantastic organization called Circle of Hope. I want to fill you in one more time on some of the bidding wars we've got going on. One of them is for the gift cards. So there's a continual bidding war going on the gift cards, the Sephora basket, and it looks like there's a bidding war on the museum lovers basket as well. I want to personally thank Dennis, Elizabeth, and Jeremy for your direct donations. Thank you so much. I also want to thank the person who made a donation to buy the cancer medication for a patient. Let's see what else. There is another bidding war going on the La Quinta vacation in the desert. 2 items were purchased with the Buy It Now button, the Baby Boy basket and the Liquid Gold, which is the Jack Daniels basket. And oh my goodness, there are nearly 120 people bidding on these auction items. This site is going to be open until May 31st. So keep bidding. We're going to hang out for a while, play some more music in the background. Just keep looking at that bidding item, at that baskets, keep bidding, making direct donations. And one more time, thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting this fantastic organization. Have a wonderful evening, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Good night.